So today, what we are doing is talking about the 6 sneaky ways that we self-sabotage, that we blow up our success, that we stop ourselves from moving forward with our passion and our purpose, projects, and goals. But sometimes we don't know that we're being sneaky and self-sabotaging ourselves. In part 1 of this video, we talked about the first 3 ways. And just to recap, way number 1 is get really busy doing stuff, checking off things off our to-do list, but maybe it's not really important stuff, but it feels like we're busy. So that's why it's so sneaky. Way number 2 is what we label ourselves as incapable in some way. I'm just not a planner. I just don't know how to do finances, etc. And then we basically have a self-fulfilling prophecy that that's not how we are. So of course we can't do it. And last time, sneaky way number 3 was we're moving forward. We are achieving goals. Oh my gosh, we're getting so much accolades from out there and we're doing stuff. But, when we really dive in deep, they're actually not our goals. They're someone else's goals. We are busy busting our butts, fulfilling someone else's agenda. Sneaky way to self-sabotage. Okay, that's what we did in part 1. In part 2, we're going to talk about 3 more sneaky ways. This next one, I want to be very gentle with it. And because this next way is when we play what I call play the victim card. I feel like a victim, so of course I can't do that. Now, this isn't to say that horrendous, horrible things happen to people. Either someone else does something horrible to them, or there's really bad circumstances, like a huge accident, that there's diseases that just happen, and we just feel like I'm a victim. The whole world is against me. All this stuff happened. And it's not that any of that stuff isn't true. There are these absolutely horrible things that happen. The problem is that when we decide, I want to move forward anyway, but we have this huge victim mentality, the world's against me, all this stuff happened, and so I can't. Again, it's a sneaky way of self-sabotage. And when we're playing the victim, being the victim, what happens, especially when we explain our story to other people that are supporting us, they often will wrap us up trying to comfort us. Of course you can't do this. Oh, this horrible thing happened. And they don't support us in moving forward and living and growing into our capabilities and taking on things because, oh, poor us, we're a victim. So if you think you're doing this, I would be really gentle with yourself. Hopefully get some help by supporting you in that. But I just want you to know that I've worked with many people who had huge problems and things that happened to them. And they could have stayed a victim. And there's nothing wrong with that. To just, okay, this happened to me, so I can't move forward. But you don't have to. And you need to get past this place of, as I say, playing the victim card. Okay, enough of that. Way number 5 is creating chaos. Now, again, this is sneaky because when we find a lot of chaos in our lives, we're moving forward, we're trying to do something, and then something goes wrong. There's always something going wrong, and it's like there's hand grenades going off out there around us. And it's like, things never work, just stuff always happens to me. What's really going on, at least from my perception and my studies, and you can accept this or not, is that there's some place deep inside us in our unconscious that is almost addicted to chaos. Perhaps it's how we were raised and we just learned that, oh, there needs to be chaos around me in order to survive. And so because of how powerful we are, that's what we're creating out in our universe, or that's what we're living into out in our universe, is this chaos. And sometimes when people's attention is brought to it, you can actually notice, oh, yes, I kind of had a hand in creating that chaos. And again, it keeps us out of moving forward and doing those big things that we want to do out there, because that feels safe and comfortable. So there's specific ways that we can let go of that and heal that. But the very first thing you have to do, first of all, is to recognize that you're doing that. And again, you're not a victim of this chaos around you, or that always seems to crop up just when you're getting your momentum going and moving forward. All right. And the sixth way I want to talk about, and this is for my benefit, if not yours, because this is my current favorite way to self-sabotage myself and slow myself down. And I had a very dear friend named Rita who pointed this out to me. So what I do, and maybe you're doing this too, is getting stuck in planning and visioning mode. So my general way of being, I am visionary. I can see everything, how it's going to create. And it's much harder for me to come down into the details and stay in the day by day and actually manifest that vision into the world. That's hard for me. And so my comfort zone is staying in the visioning and planning and making it bigger and better. But as you can see, that's a way I'm self-sabotaging by not actually moving forward and getting the darn thing done that I visioned. Very sneaky, because at least I do, get really caught up in this amazing vision out there, and I enroll people in seeing my vision with me, but it really slows it down on getting it and moving forward. There you have it. Those are in part one, and now in part two, 6 sneaky ways that many people, myself included, self-sabotage ourselves and keep ourselves from moving forward to live our passion and purpose into the world. It's Dr. Mary signing off. Go forth and flourish.